Every district had two camps. Speakers camp, vice presidents camp, Ichudu versus Mukula, that is now in the city here. When you go to Kumi, Ochom is the other side with these people. You saw what they did over the week. When you go to the other side, the Ministry of Teso Affairs versus the other LOC5. These issues are in the whole region. The squabbles seem to be in every district, and you kind of think very toxic when it comes to the performance of the leaders. Even the technical staff in all those districts are drawn into those battles. What should be the ideal role here of religious leaders, and to what extent have they played out, since 2021?
Peterson, the problem you are describing as toxic, I think, is beyond the word toxic. Perhaps it is just lethal. To the extent that it's actually causing death, and it has a potential of causing more death among the people of Teso. The two camps you're talking about have gone beyond just the two individuals. Now, the small ones are referring to, when you talk about Eshodu versus Mukula, you are still talking about the same two camps of the big people. Because Mukula belongs to a certain camp, Eshodu belongs to a certain camp. The worst part of it, Peterson, is that even the soldiers, the soldiers have joined these camps. Yes. Each of these camps has a class of soldiers that they work with. Each of these camps have big names of the army people that they work with. The vice president's camp has some soldiers who facilitate the ones they call the foot soldiers, who go down to effect what they want. The operation. Yeah, the operation. The speaker too has a class of soldiers belonging to the same army in Uganda. Though here, of course, we should be asking questions. Do you have the same army? Is the SFC in the same camp with the UPDF? Some people have analyzed and said that SFC is a different army from the UPDF. That one we shall analyze another day. They should not wait for these congregations gathering for them to speak about these issues. It's actually even the wrong place for these religious leaders to speak about these issues. The congregation is the wrong place for them to solve this problem of these two camps. And so I want to implore the bishops, the pastors, to borrow a leaf from the management class. You correct a person in private, and you applaud a person in public. That is the approach that I want to advise my religious leaders to adopt. And we have a very hardworking bishop of the Catholic Church of Sorority Catholic Diocese. It is very easy for him to invite these girls, starting one by one. Call one, speak to her at length, even if it is the whole day. Let him speak to one. Call the other one also, speak to that one, before he puts them together now and speak to both of them together. And they will listen, because this is a spiritual leader. These two girls will listen. It's unfortunate in our country, Uganda, that the notion of divide and rule has grown over time. It didn't start yesterday. It didn't even start with these girls. These girls got dispositions recently. But even before these girls got dispositions, our leaders were still played the same way. Every time we had leaders who are coming up for an agenda for Teso and they are doing something significant, the next day they are divided. They are fighting. We have not looked deep into this to see who is doing it and how do we solve this. Long before, even when I was still at school, there was a time we had a key person in Teso here being Captain Mike Mukula. He was in the lead politically. For a very short time we got Musa Echwero rising, and then Mukula was almost at the same level but lowered. They clashed over very stupid issues, and it was escalated. It became a problem in Teso. I remember even at one time Musa Echwero actually disarmed the security detail of Mike Mukula. A very small issue went into an escalated matter that brought serious divisions among the two leaders who were being looked at as key people in the progress of Teso. At one time, actually, these two people, together with the others, helped us to end the Konyi War that had gripped here. And so we knew that they were working together. There are people who don't want to see it as work together for the cause of the people of Teso.
They chip in their virus there and
they bring in a divide and rule thing, and they actually most times succeed. And so they just need to wake up, the religious leaders need to wake up and groom their people.
In these just concluded elections, every district had two camps. Two. Either local camps within the district or we went at the regional level. There were still two. And we have religious leaders.
Yes.
You know, expected maybe to mediate. It became bloody in some areas. People died in this election.
Like in Oruro.
You know?
These two sisters, we may see them like they don't rhyme, but it's not caused by them. They are brokers within there who will say, be careful of the vice, and they will eat from the speaker. When they also go to the vice president, they will say, be careful of the speaker. We need to identify these people. Let's bring these people to shame. Coming back to the two sisters, all these people happen to come from Teso. Now, how can these people be brought to one?
They actually belong to some church.
Yes, actually they are all Catholics. Actually, this one now specifically, it's a role to be played by a bishop of Catholic. To bring these two daughters. These are your daughters. And trust me, I've always seen him. I've seen him with the speaker. I've seen him with the vice president. He has to come as a father, stand and speak one voice that my daughters, I've seen the cry of people. People are saying the only thing stopping the development of Teso is by you dividing the camps. Can you come together? Can you reconcile and move on?
They are now our fathers as religious leaders. They are supposed to call us, they are supposed to call these political leaders, because we believe the political leaders are below the religious leaders. That's why you see some of the political leaders during the time of campaigns, they also go to church and kneel before the religious leaders. It means the religious leaders are above. So they have that authority of calling these political leaders together, talk to them, and let them unite and work together. They are supposed to mediate. They are not supposed to cause disunity, whereby they say, I'm for this camp. Be neutral, regardless of the situation, regardless of the economy. Let's do what? Endure and be neutral. Unite all these people.